What's going on, everybody? I'm DJ Sketch and I'm back with another video for you. This time it's a review of Nitrous Oxide on the PlayStation 1. This was originally released on June 30th, 1998, was later ported to the PlayStation Network June 1st of 2010, and most recently received a port on Steam on June 29th, 2015. It's crazy it took 17 years for this to actually get to the PC at all. This is actually a really cool game. And of course, Nitrous Oxide is a tube shooter in the same vein as Gyrus or Tempest, if you're familiar with either of those. If so, then you'll probably like this game a lot. The story puts you in the tube runner or the ship in this game as you navigate the tunnels that are basically filled with nitrous oxide, a very noxious gas if you're familiar with that. You get it at the dentist office, it's pretty sweet. And then also this game most notably has the soundtrack completely done by the Crystal Method, which essentially the soundtrack is composed of almost the entirety of the Vegas album, which came out around the same time as this game. And also this has a couple remixes, most notably one that caught my attention was from drum and bass legend AK-1200, which is very cool. I'm hoping to get far enough in the game to hear that remix of the track he did for this game. And also, another interesting fact about this game is that it also doubles as an audio CD, so you can actually put it in a CD player and take it around and bump the whole soundtrack if you want to. It actually has extras compared to the Vegas release due to its Redbook audio format, which I honestly didn't know about until writing this review. So, let's get into what the game is kind of about as quickly as we can, because it's only going to be a fairly short video. So, similar to Gyrus, as you said, because as Gyrus works, you set your course from Neptune going to the sun, so basically you're going backwards through the solar system. This one, you're going to go vice versa, so you're actually setting your setting your course for Neptune to pretty much destroy all the super warriors and all the genetic mutations before they mature and get strong enough to invade Earth. Sounds simple enough, right? Well, that's the caveat, because this game starts out very simple, as you can see from the first couple levels. Like stage 1 has an optional tutorial that'll get you more up to speed with how the game works and what you can do as far as defenses, laser walls, and some of the weapons you'll come across. It gets kind of cryptic as far as the power-ups and the warps, because you have E-coins you can pick up as long as like really psychedelic type weaponry, but also the mushrooms is something they don't really describe too much in the actual gameplay itself. But if you shoot it enough times and then drive into the mushroom, it actually works as a warp. So just keep that in mind. So when you see the fungus on the ground in nitrous oxide, shoot it a bunch until the polka dots show up, and then run into it. You warp ahead. I'm not sure how many levels, but I think it kind of varies depending how many times you shoot it. And also this one, especially considering the subject matter and like just how the game is set up, because honestly this game, especially for a PS1 game, runs very smooth. I'm not exactly sure what frame rate it is, but it pretty much steadily maintains that frame rate. And also I really wouldn't be surprised considering that around the time that this game was released, and even a little bit after, the Ministry of Sound, which is a very popular nightclub in the UK, had an entire room dedicated to PlayStation, essentially. So I can imagine this being off in like a side, like quote unquote chill room, having just like tons of PS1s. I guess this would have been PlayStation 1s at the time. I could see this game being out there while kids are just mashed out of their skulls. It's like, whoa, let's play some nitrous oxide in the B room, which would be sweet. But also, which brings us to another point about this too. The game is very colorful, which you can also see from the screen. Also the soundtrack, very bass laden, very heavy, but also very melodic too. So just a tip, play this one in the dark, turn the volume up as high as you can, within reason. You don't want to disturb people, but even the Crystal Method in the Vegas days, they were pretty dope back then. But do both those things and blast your way through the tubes along with a bumping soundtrack that's basically drenched in this late 90s rave nostalgia. Fairly similar to what you would see back when AMP was very prime on MTV back in those days when they still played music. And honestly, if I had to give this game a number review, because I finally got a chance to play this again, because I rented it back when it first came out, and this is my first time playing it again in actually about a decade and a half now, honestly enough. I haven't played it really since it came out. But I would give this game easily 8 out of 10 out of the gate, easily 8 out of 10, because there's so many levels, and the game has so much gameplay to offer, and also this game is tough, so you're not going to blast through it in a night. You can try to, but chances are you won't. So this one I really can't recommend enough, and I highly suggest giving it a shot. You'll probably like it. Thanks again for checking out the video, guys. I'll see you on the next one.